Alright, hey y'all, it's Pizza Hulk back here in Fallout 4 today. Uh, PS4 mods are dead is the series and the overall series, and this is Beginner Modding 101. So we're slowly building up Red Rocket here. We've been putting our base together. If you're familiar with the game, you can tell that quite a bit has been added in already. I talked a little bit about in the last video about reaching that, max level on your build limit and how this is a modding series. Well, I put that curved wall in. No, I guess it's right. Uh, so there's mods. So I can build as high as far, well, not as high, but as much as about I can place on the build before the game breaks. How about that? There is probably a limit at some point where the frame rate's just going to go wacky and everything's going to crash. So I want to try to avoid that. But this was the main focus on the last video here, working on the interior of our personal area, sleeping quarters, etc. Now the overall theme for the base, and I've talked about themes and how important that is, so I'll leave you guys alone on that today. But this is sort of like Fort Red Rocket, okay? This is our... I'm sorry, I drank some chocolate milk before speaking, and apparently that wasn't the best idea. So this is the tip of the spear, sort of, or whatever you want to call it. That's probably not the right. That's more of an attack, right? This is our bastion. This is where we're trying to keep people from getting in back here, across the water, across the bridge, into Sanctuary. So, focused on walls. We used a little bit of the invincible hedge that is part of this universe, right? I don't make the rules. And then we added in a little cement and built up our structures here. I tried to use mostly basic materials, but I did use some modded pieces. But for the most part, everything that you can see in here so far can be recreated, including building up here and building off of this. You just need a ladder. You don't need a jetpack. And I showed how to do that by placing a ladder and jumping on this piece of metal and hopping up there. You can get to the roof. But today what I want to focus on is trying to get some of the stuff done. Now, I hope to get a little bit of this interior done. Not while I was broadcasting. But it's just been a really busy week and a lot of stuff going on. And I didn't feel too good. This lady wants to give me a mission. I don't want her mission. We'll see how that works. I think once I go into build mode, I don't think she can mess with me. So I'm going to run over here and hide from her, see if I can pull her away. I don't want her walking around up in there. I mean, lady, what could you possibly want me to do? I mean, everybody's here, so no one's been kidnapped. As far as I know, there's no... I mean, I don't remember too many Radiant little quests from your settlers from this place, so... Well, I don't want one. Alright, I think she's gone. Or she's stuck inside. Anyway, let's go into build mode, and that should help fix it. So, this bottom interior here, the upstairs is more of sort of like our settler area. It's a little bit militaristic. Basically, everybody here, needs a gun and armor. But I think some of the folks here are going to be more focused on the military aspect. And these are going to be the guys and gals downstairs. I did throw in a little bit of armor and weaponry for our friends up here. If the battle gets, well, underway, everybody's going to have to fight, right? But I thought I would actually go a bit more militaristic in this space. It's a little more uniformity, I think. And even though... So these soldiers are going to be the main fighting force. So I've got a nice bed up here for one person here. And I think it looks like a good military bed. I do have some options with this. Some different colors. And I could also use bunk beds. Which again, seems a bit more realistic. The only problem is that... I mean, in the long run, it's one of those things that kind of doesn't matter because... This isn't me really trying to have a playthrough. It's more about making it look cool. So I might use some bunk beds down here too, and that'll save me a little bit of space on the build. As far as the beds are concerned, I took a few out, I scrapped a few, and just emptied out this area from how I had used it in one of the other videos, just to kind of demo something, so, or demonstrate something, I should. When you're building in a building game, demo means something else. All right. So down here, let me look up here again. Always wander around and get some inspiration from your build. I need to turn this off so I can see without the blue lines. So again, we've got somebody important up here. Maybe it's sort of a higher up military type person. But mostly I want this to be sort of like, this is where the bartender lives, this is where the farmers, you know, go at night. Yeah. Alright. So I was thinking about the rugs. And I think rugs are important. I mean, again, trying to keep from walking on these cold hard floors. I mean, it's not like these boards that they use for the, I mean, you can see all these slats, you can see all these spaces in between. So, we can cover that up a little bit. Definitely want to get that done. I just don't think I want to go quite haphazard as I did upstairs, so. I do have some of the mats, which seems a little more military, but I mean, why? I mean, I don't know if I have a good reason for it. I'm tempted to pull the floor up. I'm not sure that's going to affect some of the other things that I've done, but I'm tempted to pull the floor up and put some carpeted pieces just down the center. It wouldn't. I couldn't have it here. So maybe just stop it in this back area, but I think I might just do 4 carpet squares right here. Hold on 1 second. Got to play with the phone. Let's see. Do I have the charger? I do. Wow, look at me. Being all prepared. Well, ish. Prepared-ish. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull these up. It might be a little hard to place them back down. Let's give it a go. I need to get back out of here, go back in the building. In the last video, I reiterated the mods that I'm using, so if you want to go find out exactly where all this stuff comes from. What do I want? I think I do want this one. I don't want it floating though. There we go. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Oh. Now these don't have to be in a particular direction. Oh, it worked. Oh, well. I was gonna put in the bad carpet, but maybe these guys are taking care of it. You know. Let's see if I can sneak another one in there. This is where it gets tricky because. Oh. Sometimes getting these pieces in, once you've got a lot of stuff placed, can be pretty difficult. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you have to kind of... Let's see if I can get this one. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to tear this one wall here off. Maybe if I get down below. come on. All right, sometimes it helps if you just leave and go try it again. I think the problem is actually, it's like, I've done a lot of building in this game, and I think the problem is it's like a leveling thing. So not like the level of your character, but like where you're standing. So before, these were kind of sinking in to the ground a little bit, and I was able to kind of maneuver it. But now it's placing it on these other boards, right? For whatever reason. Maybe it's because the carpet is just a little bit elevated higher than the wood. It looks flush to me, but... Alright, so... I think I can move the stairs, because I don't have anything really on them without messing up the build too much. So let's see if I can snap this in now. Oh, it's so frustrating. There we go. Alright. Can I get the stairs back? Yes. Get you back. Uh-huh. And you back. There we go. All that for a carpet square. Now, there is another way. I could have gone to decorations. The only thing is, it doesn't necessarily... I mean, even if you have a very steady hand... let's see. They don't line up quite right. These guys here. So I could have used these instead and just tried to get it, you know, as close and as even as possible. You can basically get them to touch, but once you do, even if you get the pattern lined up fairly well, sometimes you get a little kind of glitchy looking wavy line in there. I don't want. So yeah, carpet's a little cleaner than I would have liked it, but that's fine. But I could go in and like use some of these longer ones like by the door. Let's see, what does this look like? That's like granite. That's not going to work. Looks like some board. What do we got here? There we go. It almost blends into the wood there. Maybe if I turn it. It's going to be too long. I don't like it that way. Yep. That wasn't it. Maybe just the old red one. There we go. Yeah. Come in, you can at least wipe your feet before you come in the door there. We'll put a little one over here. Just a little doormat for your feet. And it might come in handy while I'm building. Now, I haven't really used too many builder tricks in this. Using poles to sink stuff in the ground you can't normally sink in the ground, or placing it up in the air. I haven't used the rug trick to place items into the build yet, but I'll definitely use it to get some vending machines and stuff to go where I want them to go. Alright, so it's time to stop procrastinating. That's what I'm really doing, because I really need to figure out what I want to do with these beds. I got a lot of options. I'm going to go, like I said, I want to see what the bunk beds look like. Now bunk beds do count as two beds. Let's see. I'm going right by the door. But as you can imagine, and like if you show up here at night and everybody's asleep, there'll be two people in the bed sometimes. But for the most part, nobody's ever going to really actually be able to get up in that top bunk. Alright, so maybe we'll do two side by side. I might want to change this piece right here though. It'd be nice to have a window. I mean, it does kind of have a curtain though, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway, how you guys doing today? Hope you're out there having a good day. Having fun, being productive, whatever it is you need to do today. I'm good. Very busy with the move coming up, so. There we go. Yeah. Just want to use that one because I still want to get some light into the build, and I think the frame of this piece kind of block that just a little bit. I feel like it's no. All right, so we got 4 people right here, tight space. I kind of want to use this area as sort of another little kitchen area for these guys. So I was thinking, and I probably am going to use this back wall, since I had to keep it flat. We'll do some more bunk beds back on here. And again, the nice thing about the bunk beds, I mean, they're going to give me that ability to... Should we go sideways maybe, though? I'll do that. I can have this little area in between. Yeah, you know what people... I was just like, maybe I should turn it around and have their feet kind of... Uh-oh. Well, it's been fun.